So with the events, we actually have upcoming earnings, which I mentioned. We got earnings season coming up. So these, as you can see, these preset screeners have actually been kind of underperforming, the broader market over the past 3 months. But again, with earnings season picking up in a couple of weeks, this screener right here could definitely be the one where you find those winners. 360 results here initially. Let me again try to narrow that down even a bit more. So again, if I want to take a look at companies with a 5 billion market cap at least. In addition, fair value upside. Again, the P right here shows that this is an Investing Pro feature. But again, right here, sometimes, it's just worth the money. Right here, undervalued, 18 to 50% undervalued is a popular screener. And only 3 results pop up. Only 3 results. Vail Resorts, of course, the operator of various ski resorts around the world. TD Synex, which is another name where, hot market right now, computers and hardware. So taking a look at TD Synex, it has earnings coming up on, hold on. Earnings coming up on September 26th, actually. So this is tomorrow. We got earnings coming up tomorrow. So I guess one of the metrics is actually for the upcoming earnings screener is that it has earnings coming up in probably the next week or so. Let me take a look. Yes, next earning date this week. So that mentions that. However, if I play around with that and do next 30 days, I will probably see a lot of the big names which kick off the earnings season next month. So now we have 116 results. And so Walgreens Boots Alliance, a very, very rough name. My condolences to the investors which have stuck around with this name. I was featured a number of times on my Sunday or my weekly buy sell stock article as the stock to sell. And just looking at the chart, very, very, very brutal price action in this name. One of the biggest pharmacies in the US as of a decade ago. Almost nothing is left of it today. Trading at around $100 in July 2015, it is below $10 today. So yeah, Walgreens is a tricky name. Not sure I would normally take a look at this stock, but you got to kind of ask yourself when is enough? We see here that according to the fair value metrics, it has almost close to 50% upside with Walgreens. So at some point it does become a bit enticing, making a dip or buying the dip in this name. It has earnings coming up on October 15, and yeah, we saw last quarter plunging over 20%. So Walgreens Boots Alliance at the moment, not sure I would really, at the same time, it has raised its dividend for 48 years in a row. So, obviously, they have been maintaining their focus on shareholder returns. 48-year growth streak is pretty impressive. But with that being said, it's tricky. I don't know if I would necessarily pull the trigger ahead of earnings on this name. Perhaps I would wait after earnings. But yeah, at some point, something has got to turn in this name. Yeah, hopefully for them and for existing shareholders, they can turn that around. So that is one name that pops up. And really, I think that's because we just went so drastic with the valuation of 18 to 50% with the undervalued. So if I were to go, get a bit more reasonable, I guess. So yeah, now we're back up to 490 results. Now we have some names here. Oh, Micron actually reported earnings tonight after the bell. Should be a big one. Let's take a look at Domino's Pizza. Domino's Pizza, kind of sensitive to interest rates. We kind of see the stock here actually picking up since really last week when the Fed cut rates. So a stock which was trading above 500, just as recent as last, actually 3 months ago, it was trading above 500. So we got this big earnings gap here. You know what they say about earnings gaps? Gaps tend to always get filled. So if we're at 426 right now, taking a look at that gap at 472, definitely a gap to fill there. So Domino's Pizza, a name which is sensitive to interest rates. The consumer, of course, very reliant on the consumer. Consumers might be more ready to go out to Domino's to order takeout. Now that interest rates are kind of coming back down a bit, recession fears are fading. So Domino's Pizza could be a name which makes that rebound, kind of bounces back. Let me pull up the fair value on this name. So again, kind of fairly valued, 5% downside. But again, taking a look at the most optimistic name or most optimistic range, the top end of the range is 496 on the fair value. We're at 426 right now heading into today's session. Analysts love this name as well, with a average price target of 486, as per 31 analysts. So taking a look at Domino's past week, it's up over 4%. Past month, it's now in the green. Still kind of took it on the chin over the past 3 months. Really, I guess it's sold off after earnings. Took a plunge on earnings in mid-July. It has earnings coming up on October 10, so about a couple weeks away. Let me see how the forecasts stack up against the results from last year. So we're actually looking at a bit of a slight dip on EPS growth, but sales are expected to rise slightly to $1.1 billion in the 3-month period ending in September. So Domino's is a name to watch.